Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. With the Lakers currently dependent on Luka Doncic and LeBron James, they will be looking to add reinforcements in free agency. Bringing in a big star might not be feasible right now, but there are needs that need to be met, such as a great center, a solid wing and experience to help in tough playoff games, and an elite three-point shooter, so that the Lakers can try to be champions next season. The Los Angeles Lakers have real title aspirations in 2024-25 despite lacking sufficient reserve talent to support their star trio of LeBron James, Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. Los Angeles's top-heavy roster could see a shakeup in the coming offseason, but their general manager Rob Pelinka could go in a variety of different directions with regard to how he'll tackle free agency and a potentially lucrative trade market this summer. Due to their present opportunity to compete for championships with James and Doncic leading the way, Pelinka might opt to negotiate deals to acquire seasoned veterans with postseason experience. In fact, the Lakers front office may be able to sign a perfect free agent candidate to help bring the team back to the mountaintop in the form of a six-time All-Star and 2016 All-NBA third-team selection from the Philadelphia 76ers, Kyle Lowry. Though Lowry would be entering his 20th NBA campaign if he were to suit up in 2025-26, the skilled two-way point guard could prove to be an impactful player in spot minutes for a Lakers squad looking to raise the Larry O'Brien Trophy in the immediate future. At 38 years old, the 2019 NBA champion and Toronto Raptors legend contributed 3.9 points, 2.7 assists and 0.9 steals for the lowly 24-58 76ers this season while appearing in just 35 contests. Even as he enters the twilight of his long and prosperous career, it's plausible to believe that the soon-to-be unrestricted free agent could sign a one-year deal on a minimum salary with the Lakers this summer in an effort to capture his second NBA title. The 6-foot guard might still be able to provide significant contributions for a competitive team, as he's continued to maintain a career 36.8% shooting clip from three-point range with an impressive 109 defensive rating per 100 possessions. As a prospective member of the Lakers under head coach J.J. Redick, it's possible that the former star could finish his illustrious career with a bang by helping the storied franchise to capture yet another NBA championship. J.J. Redick still believes in Jackson Hayes but doesn't rule out benching him. The Los Angeles Lakers' weakness in the frontcourt is well known as Jackson Hayes is the team's lone true center. But he has yet to make much of an impact in this playoff series so far, averaging under 9 minutes per game with head coach J.J. Redick preferring to go small for the majority of the time. With the Lakers now trailing 2-1 in the series after Friday night's Game 3 loss, there are some wondering whether the Lakers might just abandon the Hayes minutes altogether and just go small from the beginning. And Redick didn't rule out that possibility. He made it clear that the Lakers still believe in Hayes and what he can bring to this team, but Redick will look at everything in order to help the Lakers get back in this series, via Jovan Buha of The Athletic. There is no doubt that Hayes had some strong performances throughout the regular season and really stepped up once elevated into the starting lineup following the Luka Doncic trade. But he is limited as a player and Redick clearly prefers the smaller lineups, replacing Hayes with Dorian Finney-Smith to spread out Minnesota's defense. There is still some value in having Hayes out there, as Timberwolves wing Jaden McDaniels noted, especially against a team this physical. But this just doesn't seem to be a series in which Hayes can really impact things and the Lakers might be better suited just going without a true big. The Lakers will surely look to address the center position in the offseason, but that does nothing to change things for this series and Redick will have to make a decision on whether or not to keep putting Hayes out there or fully embrace the smaller lineups and trust Finney-Smith, Jared Vanderbilt and Rui Hachimura to man the middle. J.J. Redick critical of Lakers' turnovers in Game 3 loss. Regardless of whether Jackson Hayes is playing big minutes or not, one thing the Lakers must do if they plan on getting back in this series is take better care of the ball. The Lakers had 16 turnovers in their Game 3 loss and J.J. Redick was critical of his team for their failures to hold on to the ball. The Lakers coach credited the Timberwolves for forcing some of those Lakers miscues, but also felt many of their turnovers were unforced with LA simply trying to do too much. Redick added that he felt the Lakers generated good looks on offense overall, but the turnovers were just too much to overcome. Rudy Gobert factor has left door wide open for Lakers to dominate rest of series. There's a key to unlocking the Lakers' offensive potential. When Game 4 tips off, the Los Angeles Lakers will officially find themselves in must-win territory. There will be no more room for patience or understanding as Los Angeles looks to dig itself out of a 2-1 hole away from home. Thankfully, if the Lakers are searching for answers, then there's one right in front of them: fully commit to a 5-out approach that Rudy Gobert has yet to exploit. Los Angeles has run into a wall early in the 2025 NBA playoffs. Across each of the 3 games it's played thus far, the Lakers have been forced to confront the harsh reality that Jackson Hayes isn't ideally equipped to play big minutes in this series. That realization has resulted in the starting center averaging a mere 8.7 minutes per game, and JJ Redick consistently being forced to find alternate paths to success. The good news for Los Angeles is that Rudy Gobert hasn't been much better. He's averaging just 3.0 points and 5.0 rebounds per game, failing to exploit the interior mismatches he should have been benefiting from throughout this series. If the Lakers are going to use that to their advantage, then the best thing they can do is fully commit to a 5-out strategy, and design their rotation accordingly. Lakers must capitalize on Rudy Gobert struggling offensively. Minnesota is a well-oiled machine, utilizing a rotation that includes 8 players who have proven capable of playing significant postseason minutes. That admittedly includes Gobert, who hasn't necessarily negatively impacted the Timberwolves despite his low production numbers. If the Lakers are going to capitalize on the fact that Gobert isn't exploiting smaller defenders on offense, however, then they must go all in on a floor spacing strategy. Throughout his career, forcing Gobert to play in space has been one of the few ways to succeed against him offensively. He's the most prolific rim protector of his generation, but dragging him out the perimeter creates opportunities inside and requires him to contest long shots. That should work wonders for a Lakers team that can run pick-and-roll sets with any number of players who aren't traditional bigs. The key to the Lakers making good on this opportunity, however, is firmly accepting that Hayes isn't an ideal starter in this series. Los Angeles must go all in on this plan, embracing its advantage and providing minutes to the players who fit what they need. Lakers' Jared Vanderbilt draws major reactions from fans after Game 3 defeat. The Los Angeles Lakers endured a tough setback on Friday night, falling to the Minnesota Timberwolves in Game 3 of their first-round series. LA struggled to find its rhythm on both ends of the floor, and the stomach bug surrounding Luka Doncic certainly didn't help their cause. Now trailing 2-1 in the series, the Lakers face a must-win Game 4 if they hope to keep their postseason dreams alive. At one point, it felt like they were poised to steal Game 3, but the late-game brilliance of Anthony Edwards ultimately proved too much, with LA's offense collapsing when it mattered most. While there were plenty of factors that went against the Lakers, one notable performance, depending on who you ask, came from forward Jared Vanderbilt. In his 13 minutes on the floor, Vanderbilt contributed 3 points, 5 rebounds, and a block and posted a +5 in the plus-minus column. Though his value isn't always captured on the stat sheet, Vanderbilt's energy and defensive presence were critical in keeping the game competitive. His defensive instincts shine through with timely blocks and disruptive plays, making things difficult for Minnesota's offense. Still, in the broader context of the game, Vanderbilt's contributions weren't enough to shift the momentum in LA's favor. After the final buzzer and during the game, fans took to X, formerly Twitter, to share their thoughts on Vanderbilt's performance, and the reactions were definitely mixed. While Vanderbilt had some bright spots in the match, there were certain moments when he hurt the team more than he helped. Defense has always been Vanderbilt's calling card, but his limitations in other areas of the game can sometimes be a liability for the Lakers. His lack of offensive prowess often forces LA to essentially play 4-on-5 on that end of the floor, disrupting their spacing and flow. While Vanderbilt's rebounding is certainly a valuable asset, there are stretches where it simply isn't enough to make up for the other shortcomings. Functioning more like a big man for the Lakers, Vanderbilt's size and length are helpful. Still, when going up against a Timberwolves squad featuring 3 players 6'9" or taller, it's a tall order for Vanderbilt, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Rui Hachimura to hold their own inside consistently. The Lakers' lack of center depth could be their downfall, and this series is proving that. LeBron James issues simple warning to Lakers after Game 3 loss to Timberwolves. LeBron James knows that the Los Angeles Lakers have their backs against the wall in the opening round of the NBA playoffs. The Lakers lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves in Friday's Game 3, falling 116-104 as the Timberwolves took a 2-1 lead in the opening round series. Though the 40-year-old James had a throwback performance with 38 points, the Lakers were unable to overcome the hot Timberwolves on a night when Luka Doncic was dealing with an illness. Speaking to reporters after the game, James warned that the Lakers face an early playoff exit if they don't turn things around quickly. In the postseason, there is no room for error, James said. While James blamed unforced errors for the team's loss in Game 1, there were other factors at play in Friday's loss in Minnesota. Lakers head coach J.J. Redick told reporters that Doncic, the team's big midseason acquisition, had been sick for close to a day before tip-off on Friday. J.J. Redick said that Luka Doncic hasn't been feeling well for the last 24 hours, noted ESPN reporter Dave McMenamin in a post on X. He said Doncic was vomiting all afternoon and his sleep was impacted Thursday night heading into Game 3 on Friday. Los Angeles Lakers guard Luka Doncic, 77, Jesse Johnson main images James didn't appear to be looking for excuses or moral victories. The Lakers star said before Friday's game that the Lakers needed simply to win, noting that his own strong performances meant nothing to him. There's no moral victories in the postseason, James said. It doesn't matter what the stat sheet looks like. It's about winning the game. LeBron James makes honest admission about Luka Doncic's health problem. LeBron James had to carry much of the load for the Los Angeles Lakers in Friday's 116-104 Game 3 loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves. This resulted in another awe-inspiring performance from the NBA's all-time leading scorer, who finished with a game-high 38 points, to go along with 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks and 5 triples. James had to step up big time with Luka Doncic ailing with an apparent illness. Doncic, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, wasn't terrible, but he was clearly limited by a mysterious condition that had him clutching at his stomach throughout the contest. Los Angeles Lakers guard Luka Doncic, 77, Jesse Johnson main images James was asked by reporters after the game to share his thoughts on Doncic's health condition, which prompted an honest admission from the 21-time All-Star. "I mean, well, obviously, with his illness, it impacts our team," James said. "We understand what he brings to our team and what he's done since the acquisition. So, it definitely took a big blow for our team." LeBron, 38 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists, discusses Luka not being 100%, the turnovers, the difficulty of playing against Anthony Edwards, how to get Jackson Hayes more involved, and the contributions from Vondo and Jordan Goodwin. Not even James' big game was enough to carry the Lakers in this one. The Timberwolves were intent on defending their home court in Game 3, and they did just that, en route to taking a 2-1 lead in the series. Doncic's status moving forward is currently unclear, but at this point, it's probably safe to assume that he will play through this health concern if it persists through Game 4 on Sunday. However, until the Lakers make their final decision, nothing is guaranteed.